uh, kind of coming to you from Canada today, and I'm kind of dressed up in my kind of Canada jacket and my toque up here just to kind of let you know that we've had some big times here lately between Canada and the United States with the big four-team hockey game going on, and that was pretty fantastic. And I just want to say that what we saw last night in the news here was that out in, I think it's Nova Scotia, they're having what they call a pond hockey tournament, which we looked at last night on the news, and that seemed very, very incredible and fantastic. When I was young, we used to skate on an outside pond with our hockey sticks and shoot the puck back and forth and whatnot, and hockey was always something that was played at our local skating rink and things like that. And so they were referring to this big international kind of championship thing in Nova Scotia as being hockey on the pond. And apparently it's kind of like a smaller lake that's frozen over, and it was actually fantastic to see. There were teams coming from other countries to participate in this big event, so it was really incredible to see. So yeah, it's hockey, and it's something that can be played all over the world in various locations, and it's a good game. I liked it when I was young, and like watching good games like we did with the U.S.-Canada game and the Big Four playoff, so it was fantastic. But anyway, down to some other topics here. What I'd like to do today is I'm going to go over some things here with you. I've got a sheet of paper in front of me here from some of my archives. It's called Mr. Eiriksson Teacher. And what I did here, I did some research on species of animals that are known to scientists and whatnot. And here's what it says for the teacher to do. The teacher asked his students to draw and name as many fish and flowers as they knew. Diagrams were filled with some students doing better than others. But our scientists say, okay, and I'm just going to give you a few examples here about the number of actual species that have been put in scientific taxonomies and records. There are, 33,600 species of different fish, 369,000 different species of flowers, over 10,000 species of birds, 900,000 different species of insects, 1.7 million different species of animals, 60,000 different trees, 12,000 different types of grasses. So if we take a look at that and say, well, how did this ever come into being? Surely to me and to people who are able to kind of think about things, these things didn't just spring into existence with so many hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of different species. These are different species, not a count of the same group of a certain animal or whatever the case may be. So we could ask ourselves, was this the Big Bang Theory that did all of this? And I'm going to say to you, as a person of faith, as a believer, ever since I was young, I had my first vision of Jesus when I was 5 years old, and even at that age, I knew what I was seeing. It's just that the Lord gave me that awareness of here this is before you, and so it was pretty exciting at that age to have something like that happen. So I discount the Big Bang Theory, that there has got to be a God in existence to create all of these different species, and basically a person just has to go outside and take a look at creation all around us. This didn't just spring into existence, it came by intelligent design. Earth is almost 6,000 years old according to recorded history, or according to the Bible, and this year is Hebrew year 5785, I believe it is, okay? And that's according to the Hebrew scriptures and whatnot. But carrying on with this about the species, okay, because we have a dog and love all kinds of animals and things like that. Dogs in particular, we're talking different breeds of dogs now. There are over 360 different pure breeds of dogs. That's not calling the crossbreeding of what we can do and what we've seen take place or whatever. Those are purebred dogs. More than 4,000 different species of horses. And I said to you already the number of species of birds and whatnot. Okay, now here's one that's very, very interesting, because we find our house swarming with these little insects right now, trying to stay warm for the winter. There are about 5,000 different species of ladybugs, often called lady beetles or ladybird beetles. So that is a pretty incredible thing to have that number of different species of this type of bug alone, let alone all the others that I just shared with you. So this is just going to be a short clip on an introduction. We know that we can do, as scientists, as medical doctors and things like that, we can crossbreed some of these. We go into processes of crossing different plants and things like that to maybe make them a little bit more versatile and strong, depending on the environments that they're in. And but purebred, okay, creatures, trees, plants, animals, and whatnot. I've just given you kind of a play down on how many they actually are.